Ex lies during divorce to have me jailed, and instead, he is left with remorse. I was getting divorced back in the 90s, and my ex was absolutely furious about it, like losing his mind mad. The house was mine before we even got married, so when we split up, he had to move out. But a few days later, I came home from work and found my place completely trashed. He'd broken back in and destroyed everything. My jewelry was scattered all over the floor. Every single piece of clothing I owned had holes cut in it. My couch cushions were sliced up. It was like a tornado of rage had gone through my house. I knew it was him, but I couldn't prove it. The cops basically shrugged and said there wasn't much they could do without evidence. Fast forward to our court date. We're sitting there in front of the judge, and my ex's attorney hands over this 2-page list of items. Supposedly, these were things my ex brought to the house before we got married that I was refusing to return. I'm reading through this list, and my jaw is on the floor. A gun, a computer, a screwdriver set, camping gear, a Monopoly game, clothing, a bust statue, kitchen knives. None of this stuff ever existed. He never owned any of it. This was completely made up. But here's where it gets scary. The judge told me I had to either return everything on the list, pay my ex $2,000, or go to jail for contempt of court. $2,000 was a ton of money back then. Like, I'm talking rent for several months, and I definitely didn't have it. My attorney told me to just pay it to avoid jail time. My friends were all freaking out saying the same thing, but I refused. I wasn't about to give this lying jerk a single penny, so I agreed to go to jail instead. I had 2 days before I was supposed to appear in court. That's when my friend Sarah asked if she could see the list. I handed it over and she started laughing. "Look at this," she said. "He says there's a gun, but doesn't say what kind. A computer, but no brand or model. He didn't describe anything specifically." I stared at her confused. "So what?" "So," she grinned, "what if you actually gave him everything on this list, just not the versions he's expecting?" It clicked immediately. If I went to pawn shops and thrift stores, I could probably get everything for like $200 total. We turned it into a full mission. I went to every pawn shop in town explaining what was happening. The owners absolutely loved it and helped me find the worst possible versions of everything. For the gun, I found this ancient rusty cap gun that barely worked. The screwdriver set, found one at a yard sale that looked like it had been buried underground for 20 years. The clothing, I went to the worst thrift store I could find and grabbed the most hideous stained shirts and pants. The bust statue, I literally made one myself out of clay in about 15 minutes. It looks like a kindergartner's art project. The camping gear, an old dented pan, some matches, and this tiny ripped tarp. And my personal favorite, the Monopoly game. I found one at Goodwill that was missing every single piece. Just the board. No money, no dice, no game pieces, nothing. When we got everything home, my attorney told me to videotape myself boxing it all up. So we filmed the whole thing, going through each item one by one, making sure it matched something on his list. Gun? Check. Computer? Check. Found an ancient desktop that probably weighed 50 pounds and didn't even turn on. My attorney told the judge I'd found everything in the attic and just hadn't seen it before. Whoops, so sorry. The judge ordered my attorney to drop the box off at my ex's attorney's office. The divorce was finalized that day. I never got to see his face when he opened that box of garbage, but I imagine it was priceless. He couldn't even complain because he made the whole list up in the first place. What was he gonna say? These aren't the items I never actually owned? It's been 30 years and I still laugh every time I think about it. Cost me $200 and a day of shopping to completely destroy his plan to either take my money or send me to jail. Worth every penny.